It has been a while, but I have got a new tutorial for you guys. This is something that I've been wanting to do, and I've actually found out how to do it. So this is how to change materials mid-match. As you can see, we have the walnuts from the Wendell and Walnut set right here that's made out of the holographic blue. And if I step on this, as you can see, it now gets its texture. So this is actually pretty simple. One thing, it doesn't actually update the texture on the minimap, as you can see. So it's currently the blue texture. If I jump on this, it still stays the blue. And no, this is actually using one prop. It's not using two different props, hiding one and then showing the other. It's literally just one prop. Let me quickly show you how to do this. As you can see, I'm now in UEFN. So what you want to do is you want to go down to your content, make sure you have your actual folder selected. You want to right click and you want to create a new level sequence. Name this whatever you want it to. Once you have the name changed, you actually want to open it up. Once it's open, you then want to track the prop you want to change the texture of. Now, I am just going to quickly mention, it doesn't really work with Fortnite props. So if I wanted to change the texture of this, it will tell me that it's a disallowed object, which I really don't understand why that is. I think Epic really need to fix the disallowed object bug. Although I guess it's not really a bug, it's so you can't use Fortnite assets, but I really think that is something they should allow. So it only works with custom assets. It does work with some Fortnite assets, but not all. That is why we're using a custom asset right here. So once you actually have, we are going to go over here and use our guff over here. Guff is going to be what we're going to be changing the texture of. You then want to go to track, actor to sequence, and then you want to add a guff button. That is because this is what that's called. So if you have it selected, it will be at the top here, whatever you want. But you can just search it and add anything else. So let's add that. Once you have tracked that, you then want to click the track button right here. And you want to go and track the static mesh component. Now, if you actually want to change the texture of the skeletal mesh, if you're using like a character, you can also do that. But most things that use static meshes, this guff actually uses a skeletal mesh just so it can have animations. So let's do the static mesh, because the static mesh is this guff right here. But as soon as the game starts, that guff does go invisible. You want to make sure you click static mesh component, not the editor only static mesh. So once we have that selected, we can then click track again. And as you can see, material, which you can see there are 4 materials. That's because the guff is made up of 4 different types. You've got the body, the head, the eyes, the helmet, and then the accessories. So that is why there's 4, and you can also see that there are 4 right here as well. So you want to go to the material switchers, which are these 4 material element number switcher. So let's do the 0. That's going to be the body, and as you can see, it's now going to let us pick any texture within obviously the game, or any texture you can use. Now, custom textures can be used. So how we get that hologram is that is actually using the barrier of the blue. Now, I don't exactly know if this is allowed. I don't know if it's going to tell me a disallowed object when I launch the game, but we're going to just start off with that. So you don't really need to add the texture you want to start off with. All you really need to do is add the texture you want. So you can now see that the texture right here is the barrier. But if you want it to change texture multiple times, so let's say you want it to be like a rainbow, you just need to then click the plus right there and then go through, change the texture again. So let's have it back to the body this time. And as you can see, it will set up a thing. And as you can see, as we scroll through this, it's changing between the blue and the actual texture. Then let's say we want it to go back to the blue right here for whatever reason. So let's just type in barrier again. And then if we find the blue one, so there we go. So now it will go from blue to the normal body to blue. Although it won't, because we've actually hid a load of things on that guff. It starts off at the blue texture just to make sure, and then it changes to the walnut texture after 5 seconds. Now, if I wanted it to change after, let's say, 75, you can always change and alter this however you want it. That is literally all you have to do. You have to enter the static mesh and then the material element, and then you can change it to whatever texture you want. So if we wanted it to be, let's say, the fish stick head, as you can see, it's now using the fish stick head texture. And that is basically all you have to do. Once you have added the bullet points in there where you obviously want the texture to change, that is it. You just have to save this You then have to go into your game and add one of these, which is the cinematic sequence device. You can find them by opening your content drawer, going to all or Fortnite, and searching cinematic. Would help if I spelled cinematic correctly. Then you obviously want to place it in. And the only real setting you need to change in this is you need to set your sequence to the sequence you have just made for the color change, which once you've done that, the other settings don't matter. They can be whatever you want it to be. That you can have it so it starts on a certain point, or you can have it so it starts with a button or trigger. So then if you want it to start with a button or trigger, you can then go and click this pencil right here and then click on the trigger and do on triggered. Or you can also have it on things like a timer. So when the timer reaches 0, textures will change in your map. But that is it. That is how you change textures in game. And once again, it's annoying that it doesn't work on all Fortnite props, but you can do it on any custom prop. You can also get the Fortnite prop, find the static mesh in files or online, and then import the static mesh yourself and do it that way if you do want to change your props. As I did try to change like trees and that, and trees say that it's not allowed. But anyway, if you did enjoy this tutorial, then do leave a like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.